Teach like a champion technique number 2. Right is right. Right is right is about the difference between partially right and all the way right, between pretty good and 100%. Our job as teachers is to set a high standard for correctness. 100%. The likelihood is strong that students will stop striving when they hear the word right, or yes, or some other approximation. So there's a real risk to naming as right that which is not truly and completely right. When you sign off and tell a student he or she is right, they must not be betrayed into thinking that he or she can do something that they can't. Many teachers respond to almost correct answers their students give in class by rounding up. That is, they'll affirm the student's answer and repeat it, adding some detail of their own to make it fully correct, even though the student didn't provide the differentiating factor. When teachers round up, they set a low standard for correctness and explicitly tell the class that they can be right even when they're not. In setting this low classroom standard, the teacher crowds out students' own thinking, doing cognitive work that students should do themselves. When you hold out for the right answer, you set the expectation that the questions you ask and their answers truly matter. You show that you believe that your students are capable of getting answers as right as students anywhere else. There are 4 ways that we can get to a right answer. Technique number 1 is called hold out for all the way. When students are close to the answer, tell them they're almost there. While great teachers don't confuse effort and mastery, they do use simple, positive language to appreciate what students have done and to hold them to the expectation that they still have more to do. For example, I like what you've done. Can you give me some more examples? Can you get me the rest of the way? Right is right technique 2. Answer the question. Students learn if they don't know an answer, they can simply answer a different question. If you ask them, what time do you eat breakfast? They might answer, I eat kimchi and rice. You need to simply redirect the student back to the question at hand and remind them what you are looking for. Right is right technique number 3. Right answer, right time. This happened to me in my open class today. I had a student throw up her hand to answer a question I hadn't even finished asking. Students sometimes get ahead of you and provide the answer when you are asking for the steps to the problem. While it may be tempting to accept this answer, if you are teaching the steps, then it is important to make sure students have mastered those steps. My question wasn't about the solution. It was, what do we do next? Right is right technique 4. Use technical vocabulary. Good teachers accept words students are already familiar with as right answers. The monster is very big. Great teachers push for precise vocabulary. The monster was gigantic. The monster was enormous. This approach strengthens a student's vocabulary and helps prepare them for conversation. As a teacher, you need to set and defend what's acceptable in your classroom. You need to push them above the simple to the scholarly. Right is right has a different definition for everyone. But what I think is true for all teachers is that we are trying to shoot for 100% correctness. You give your best, expect your students' best.